Hey everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review. And today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 news source for everything Marvel. And for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the new Marvel Infinite Series 4-inch Colossus as Juggernaut, or Juggernaut Colossus. Now this figure comes packaged in the same style of packaging we've seen with all the Marvel Infinite Series figures. Now in fact, as we learned at New York Comic Con this last week, this is probably, I believe, going to be the last wave of Infinite Series figures, as the line will now be rebranded once again as simply Marvel Legends. So we'll be getting new packaging, and the 4-inch figures along with the 6-inch figures will now be called Marvel Legends figures. But anyway, we've got the Marvel Infinite Series logo up at the top, the little icons, and then the figure clearly displayed with the name of the character, Marvel's Colossus, down below. And then on the back we have a little brief bio in multiple languages, a look at the figure, and then a look at some other figures in the line. Okay, so let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside of the packaging. Now this figure, even though part of the Marvel Infinite Series line, was originally going to be released in the Marvel Universe line as in a 3-pack, which got held back. So even though this is part of the Infinite Series line, it does not suffer from the lack of articulation as we've seen with many of the newer sculpted figures in this line. Now this figure is basically just a repaint of the Marvel Universe Juggernaut figure, which makes sense for the most part. But I like the paint applications. I like how they've done the metallic kind of reddish color for the helmet, and then you can see kind of the Colossus face underneath. Now again, this pretty much seems to be the same head sculpt as the Juggernaut, just repainted, but I like the look of it and everything. The helmet is not removable. The head's just on a ball joint. Again, you've got the arms, same as the Juggernaut again, but basically repainted to look like Colossus's silver arms with the black striping on it and everything. Now the striping on the arms are a little bit of messiness. The lines are not completely straight. A little bit of bleeding onto the silver, but for the most part it looks pretty good. And then again, you have that kind of a red metallic paint used on the armbands and then on his wrist gauntlet things. You've got a darker maroon red on the actual costume with the yellow, which looks kind of like Colossus's costume. Again, you have a little bit of bleeding here on the yellow on his leg, but not too major. I like the belt, the X-Men belt, and that is a separate piece. It's not removable or anything, but it is a separate piece from the figure. And then you've got the same legs and everything as the Juggernaut with the treads on the bottom. So I like that. And they're just a darker maroon, again repainted. The boots on the original Juggernaut were more red. These are a darker maroon color. So the figure has good height and width to it. The figure stands about 4 3/4 inches tall. Basically the same size as that Marvel Universe Juggernaut. Not quite as big as the Marvel Universe Colossus figure, which makes sense. And just for one more comparison, here he is next to the Marvel Universe Red Hulk figure. Okay, articulation on this figure is pretty good for the most part. Has the same as the Marvel Universe Juggernaut figure, so the head is on a ball joint, so he can look left and he can look right. No real up or down movement with the head. Arms attached with a standard ball hinge joint at the shoulder, so he can get his arm out good. He's got good rotation there. Has a bicep swivel. Single hinged elbow. Can't really bend his elbow very much. Has a swivel at the glove cuff. No other wrist articulation, no on it. Has a midsection swivel joint. Not much in the way of ab crunch though. Legs are attached with ball joints, so he can get his leg forward about that much. Can't really do the leg back very much. Has a thigh swivel, has a double jointed knee, so it does have good bending at the knee, has a boot cuff swivel, and then has hinges at the feet so can get his foot up and down. And then 2 peg holes on the bottom of his feet. Okay, so that's my review. Overall, I'd say this is a pretty good figure. Obviously it's pretty much just a repaint of the Juggernaut figure, the Marvel Universe Juggernaut figure, but I think it works well. Now, I didn't read a whole lot of comics with this version of Colossus in it. I caught the tail end of the story arc about him being combined with Juggernaut in the whole Avengers versus X-Men storyline, but that was about my only exposure to this version of the character. But I think it's a cool look for him, and I think the figure captures the overall look of it pretty good. So this figure is hitting now. I actually have not seen this wave in physical stores yet, but I believe it has started to hit physical stores. You can also get it on places online like Big Bad Toy Store. That's where I got mine. We'll have an image gallery for the figure up at marvelousnews.com. There's a link in the description below. And as always, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And until next time, I'll catch you later.